look, guys, even if the whole world is against you, like the whole world was against Arsenal versus Newcastle, even if you were once a champion, but you had to stumble like Liverpool did, or even if you always had the bragging rights and loud mouth, but you ended up being humble by somebody else, welcome to the Fantastics podcast. There's still hope for you. It's another wonderful show. And as always, I'm in the studio with Sabubu Elkun, the only man that emerged from the weekend unscathed.
When people start to use proverb to start something, they're trying to cover shame. When I mean shame, the weekend started with I will leave the Premiership for just 5 seconds.
Yeah, leave the Premiership.
Bayern Munich started the weekend beating one club like that 4-0. It was a routine victory.
Yeah.
Then the Premiership came and the lunchtime kickoff, where we expected the champions of England, the red side from Liverpool, and they were humbled. In fact, if not for the saving grace of Alisson and God Almighty, they would have been. Crystal Palace would have spelt Liverpool.
In the viewing center where I balance watch that match, somebody say, for this life, now only Alisson will save Nigeria. But it just goes to show how impressive he was personally, and then of course how impressive Crystal Palace were. Although they should have gotten more goals, they made themselves work for that victory when they shouldn't have.
Yes, it's the brilliance of the goalkeeper. Imagine if it was another goalkeeper in that match. First half would have been like 4-0.
Don't call names.
Let's go to another match. There's a particular team in Manchester. Their jersey is red. And they proudly say they are the Red Devils. But you know what it means to be a devil? If you are the devil, you'll be under the foot of God.
Now, I think we are at a stage where we have to do deliverance.
Deliverance for who, if I may ask?
That's the problem. We have to do deliverance to gain understanding. So the devil that is making us not to understand what is the problem, we'll go first deliver from that one.
First of all,
then we'll now do deliverance for the problem.
Was Brentford 3, Manchester United 1. They had the chance to level the game when it was 2-1. But the way he has been missing penalties since this season started is becoming a source of concern. This is someone that had a conversion rate of almost 10 out of 10. Bruno Fernandes. I don't know what's wrong with him. Is it confidence that he does not have? Or is it the bad spirit in the team that is affecting his style of play? I don't know.
Bruno has been the pillar of that Manchester United team. By the pillar, I mean he has been carrying the weight.
So that means the pillar don't crack.
Wait now. Say when pillar don't they carry weight for long. And the other, the engineering no allow other points of pressure to relieve the weight. What thing will do the pillar?
Well, they will need to call a construction firm in Germany to get them a new pillar. I will not call anyone a construction firm. There's another team in London that wear the blue jersey. Everybody was expecting that after they lost to United last week, they will come out in full force, which they did. But you know what? Once Chelsea plays, expect a red card. And once they get a red card, expect a loss. At Stamford Bridge, Brighton beat them. Chelsea won, Brighton 3.
I know say that very match will brighten your day, you Sabubu.
No.
Because Sabubu don't they post for WhatsApp. What's happening? Look, I know, I was making noise last week. A poor Manchester United, Brentford will still beat them, which Brentford did. But, Chelsea are now fast becoming a caricature. I go always watch Chelsea match now. You just expect one calamity after another to follow. And it's a pity that, Chelsea fans are now so arrogant that, they can't even get behind their team when, little dips in form like this happen. I'm not even talking about the fans at home, you Chelsea fans that are watching me now won't slap me. I mean, those in the stadium. I know this is 3 losses out of 5 games so far, but you expect better. The players were getting booed at the end of that match, which is very, very unsupportive of
No,
the
it is very, very English.
after 5
The
games.
English teams,
So wetin Manchester
They-
United fans go do if Chelsea fans dey do like
they
this?
shout for their head. They don't dey boo them.
Wetin West Ham fans go dey do? At least you go support.
See, they use Koboko. First time they use Koboko. The fans screamed to a point that because they knew that another club would go for Nuno Espirito,
Espirito.
they immediately fired Graham Potter.
We bin don dey talk am since say when will they sack Potter? It's a matter of when. Which leads us to another question now. We have talked about the games, and we'll get back to that. Pressure is mounting on some coaches. We'll get back to that later. Let's look at the games.
The funny thing is that United might not fire Amorim for now.
I don't think Amorim will survive till Christmas.
Okay, fine. Manchester City beat Burnley 5-1. It was expected.
Yes, of course.
Then another match that really got everyone talking was Spurs versus Wolves. A team that has not gotten a point this season took Spurs almost to the end of the game before Spurs got an equalizer. Which was surprising.
Well, sometimes not so surprising because, most of these teams, they always save the big performance for when the big boys come around. So I wasn't expecting that, but I'm not surprised.
Then Sunderland won away. A match that people didn't expect them to win against Nottingham Forest.
Why wouldn't you expect them? Sunderland have been in form. Nottingham Forest, they have a big hand. What do you expect? People, I don't know the rationale behind Marinakis letting go of Espirito Santo and then hiring Postecoglou. Whatever he was thinking, I'm sorry for him.
It's an ego problem. So let's just accept it.
That ego will cost an ego.
It's an ego problem, trust me. Then for Spain, the match that we're all talking about, the
Madrid derby.
You saw what Atletico did.
Madrid have been escaping. But what do they say? Every day for the thief, one day for the owner. Okay. And the day of the owner finally arrived. Okay. Who know they see in period since finally decide to see in period for Madrid head. And it was a really impressive performance. The game was open end to end, and Atletico stepped up when it mattered the most and secured bragging rights, at least for now. And of course, very important 3 points. Hopefully, this win can kickstart their season because they have been very lethargic, and we know they rate them like that again these days.
Finally, Aston Villa won.
Aston Villa, nobody has been talking about them, but sometimes when a coach has paid his dues, it buys him some credit in the bank with both the supporters and the board, except you are Chelsea. Supporters, they don't get credit. If you lose one match, you collect. So it's good to see them pick up some points, and I believe Emery will be mighty relieved.
Then the match, the whole world was waiting for a particular team to fall at St. James Park. Yes, it has not really been a good hunting ground for Arsenal.
It's not a good hunting ground for anybody.
They lost to Newcastle 3 times last season.
Yeah.
Which is very un-Arsenal to lose to a particular team consecutively.
Yeah.
But the match started in the worst possible way. A VAR was overturned. Everybody said it was a penalty. People said it was not a penalty. But it was not given.
Was it a penalty for you?
I watched it over and over again. And I listened to the former
McCarthy?
Yes. And I looked at the red card Sanchez got against United. And it was the same thing that happened. So it was supposed to be a penalty.
So according to VAR, they stated that the goalkeeper made contact with the ball
first of all the player.
According to them, that's what rationalized them not giving a penalty.
Okay.
But sentiments will always run high, and most of these calls in the EPL they are so close. So that's another thing. You can't. There's no consistency with these things. Today it goes this way, tomorrow it goes this way. So that's one thing we have to get used to with the Premiership. These things going up this way, tomorrow going another way. But talking about the fixture, Arsenal performed or rose up to the occasion. I know it was a difficult match and you expect it to be difficult. Sunday, everybody dey church, dey house, dey pray, may Arsenal lose match. Because of course, when everybody else has lost, just for banter purposes, you also want misery loves company. So Manchester United fans, Chelsea fans, Liverpool fans, the one they were dey, Madrid fans, everybody, they were hoping that Arsenal would lose. But Arsenal showed some grit to come back, especially at the time they started, their renaissance in that fixture. So, Sabubu, how does it feel to go against the world and come out with shoulder pad?
There's not like a shoulder pad here. It was a statement win for Arsenal. Let me put it like
That's
that.
a shoulder pad now.
No, not at all. Shoulder pad is Boga. They went into that game. They were confident. They went at Newcastle. Even after Newcastle scored, you notice they didn't panic. They just kept playing. Ateta made some tweaks, taking out Calafiori, taking out Mosquera, who we call Mosquito, to bring in Saliba. Then, for the first time, he allowed Odega and Eze play together. Martinelli came in. Trossard went out. He played well, but the formation needed to change. Because one thing about Newcastle is if they sit on that low block, they are difficult to break down because they are among the teams that don't concede a lot in the Premiership, except when they're playing against small teams, which is still something that gets everybody worried. But it was a good match, and it has reignited the Premiership race again because from 5 points it now comes to 2 points.
Yeah,
and Liverpool is going to a tough place this weekend to play. If the team they are going to face will take the match very serious, we're going to talk about it in the second part of the show.
So, Sabubu, let's look at the Premiership table right now.
Mm-hmm.
Are you surprised the way the table is looking at this point of the season?
I am surprised because the teams 3-4 are not supposed to be there normally. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The teams that are third and fourth, Crystal Palace and Spurs, the way Spurs finished the season last season, and Sunderland and Bournemouth. Where are the cities of this world? Where are the Chelseas of this world? Where are the United of this world? Where are the even Newcastles of this world?
So these are some of the things.
But it's just 5 matches.
Yeah, these are some of
and we have 33 matches to
No, of course. The league is not a sprint, it's a marathon. But detractors of the league will always say, but these are some of the things you look at and the Premiership uses to market itself as the best league in the world. You rarely see this happen in some other leagues, but in the Premiership, it happens, and we are here.
Let's talk about 2 matches before we go on.
Yeah.
Barcelona beat Real Sociedad. It was a close match.
A very close match.
It ended Barca 2, Sociedad 1.
Yeah.
And as it stands, Barca has gone to the top of La Liga. 1 point ahead of Real Madrid. Then that match, the derby of Italy.
Yeah.
AC Milan Napoli. The match that used to hold Italy in the 80s.
Yeah.
And it lived up to expectation.
Yeah, about the Barcelona fixture versus Sociedad, it took some moments of magic from Stardust player in Lamine Yamal to settle that fixture. But it just goes to show that Barcelona are going about their business. I think they are playing with a certain level of supreme.
They considered first.
Yeah, and this is like the second time they are coming back after conceding. Mm-hmm. They are playing with a certain level of supreme confidence where they know they will score. And so they just go about playing the game how they want to play it until they break you down. Impressive. And then Napoli versus or AC Milan versus Napoli. Very impressive match. Very impressive match. These are the kind of games that you as a neutral, you want to watch. These are the games that Serie A should be putting out there, marketing the league on. Mm-hmm. Very impressive performance. And the Captain America, former Chelsea winger, former Borussia Dortmund winger. Let me know before they'll say you won't collect glory now. They carry Chelsea involved, but it was a very impressive performance. AC Milan are back. Watch out for AC Milan. We'll go short break now. Please, before we go, pick up your phone if you know you are not following us yet and do the needful. Fantastics will be back, presented by none other than Trent Stark.
Champions League Day 2 is back. the Swiss format.
All right.
Some teams have started collecting. Some teams collected away from home. And the tendency of them collecting at home this round of fixtures is very glaring.
Just call name, Sabubu.
Let
Call,
us-
call name.
let-
No, call name.
Let us start with some selected fixtures. Atlanta has to start winning if they are thinking of any hope of going to the next round. Now they are playing against a Belgian club that are free scoring.
They are in form.
In fact, their own is more than form.
They are shocking everybody.
Atlanta, Club Brugge. What do you think? Would Ademola be back for that match?
Ademola is in and around the first team picture,
Okay.
but he's not playing, and we are wondering why. But whatever it is, the coach better know that he needs to start picking up wins, and to pick up wins, you need your best players on the pitch.
Then
I predict goals in that match.
Okay.
I'll predict both teams to score, but
Then-
you never can tell.
I hope Atletico will take the form that they had against Real Madrid.
Against Eintracht
They are
Frankfurt.
welcoming Eintracht Frankfurt that won their first match. Atletico lost their first match to Liverpool at
Yeah.
Anfield. What do you think?
I think Atletico, I go with a straight win for Atletico. And if they can translate the performance they put up against Madrid
Okay.
in that fixture and in front of their home support at the Wanda Metropolitano, you can't write them off.
Then we have the return of Jose to Stamford Bridge. Chelsea, Benfica. He came to Benfica because the former coach lost his first Champions League
Big
match
match.
at home for no reason. Which
and,
was
and do you know the funny part? The
Mhm.
irony is Fenerbahce were eliminated from the Champions League
League.
by Benfica. Mourinho was the coach of Fenerbahce and he was sacked because he didn't make Champions League. Now he's in the Champions League.
Chelsea,
First
Benfica.
fixture. Well, it's safe to say the best prediction I can predict is that Chelsea will likely collect red card. Because that's the only consistency about them right now.
I'm looking at the Chelsea win or draw in that match.
I think they should get the result. Chaluba at least is not suspended for the Champions League. And Chelsea will be looking to get their season on track. So a win for them, but I will also predict both teams to score.
Then the last selected fixtures for Tuesday is Galatasaray versus Liverpool. That stadium, the atmosphere and all.
Wow.
Would Liverpool crack in that stadium?
Well, Liverpool or at least Galatasaray have been given a blueprint on how to dismantle Liverpool.
Okay.
Will they be able to execute it? We don't know about that. But they have strikers that are on form. They have physical strikers that can replicate the battering ram style of Mateta in the maxed man, Victor Osimhen, and of course the alternative, Mauro Icardi. So
I look at both sides to score.
And I still think Liverpool will get the win just because they want to bounce back. But it's going to be a close match.
Remember, when you go to Galatasaray, what they welcome you is welcome to hell.
The ultras are always very ultra
They will
loud.
come to your hotel room and make noise from morning.
They will steal
till
your
night.
boss
So,
and everything.
Liverpool should be ready for the hostilities in Istanbul.
They are mentality monsters, so I don't think that will shake them.
Then a small affair of the Monaco Principality.
Yeah.
AS Monaco versus Man City. I wish Pogba was back for this match.
That's the kind of match he would have thrived in.
But
But there is another certain man who is taking his chance and he's using his lifeline, and that man is Ansu Fati. Ansu Fati is really making his stint at Monaco count. It's going to be a close match, but I predict City will take the
same
win.
here. Then a small matter of Arsenal versus Olympiacos at the Emirates.
Olympiacos, the Kosuna. That match is going to be a demolition.
Then the star match for the week is Barcelona, Paris Saint-Germain.
This is a match you would envisage is looking like a final and could have been the final last season
Okay.
if Hansi Flick's side did not crumble to Inter Milan. This is going to be one of the matches of the Champions League, whether up to the final. Sabubu, just on the off, let me put you on the spot first before I say my mind. Who do you think wins that match? Forget about score draw. Who do you think wins that match?
It's a draw.
A draw. You are going with a draw.
And there'll be goals.
Of course, there'll be goals when you have the
It's a
two
draw.
best attacking
It's a draw.
teams in the world. But I still think Paris Saint-Germain are going to lay down a statement win in that fixture.
Let's wait till then.
So, well, a draw and a win. Let's see how that goes, guys. Sabubu, away from the Champions League down to the the weekend fixtures again.
We have the long-time keeper, which is Leeds United versus Tottenham Hotspur. Now, I don't even know the Tottenham Hotspur that will show up in that match.
Or if they will show up. They have a Champions League fixture also. We don't, you don't know what to expect from them.
We're not part of the selected fixture, so let's talk about the weekend.
Both teams to score and Tottenham to win. That's what I'll go
Okay, what about Arsenal West Ham? Do you think Nuno can put his blueprint on that team in that match, or we should wait for upper week?
Nuno's modus operandi is that he always comes in and the impact is immediate. So it's going to be a tougher match than expected for Arsenal. But I still back them to get the 3 points.
Do you think United can beat Sunderland?
No.
When I hear what this guy talks so.
No.
He said no. How?
An emphatic no.
Please tell me
I
why.
know for pedigree, you would just say Sunderland, they just came from the Championship. But where are they sitting in the table?
Leave that table.
No, it's not about leave that table.
Wait, are you not saying
how have they been performing?
Sunderland will go to Old Trafford and beat United?
Yes. Would it be the first time a team goes to Old Trafford
No,
to beat United?
not Sunderland.
Not Sunderland.
No
Well, problem.
I look at the Manchester United straight win.
No problem. Let's see how that goes. I've been telling you that United are terrible. You kind of feel like it's banter. It's not banter. The problems are there for all to see. And Sunderland has seen it.
Okay, fine. The late kickoff for Saturday's Chelsea-Liverpool. Stamford Bridge.
Another red card.
You can't say this.
Another red card. Or you think I'm joking? That one is something that I can even put my money on. For a team like Liverpool, of course, Liverpool will be looking to bounce back because a slip up, and they might be looking at the top of the table, looking at Arsenal running away at the top of the table. So they'll be looking at bouncing back. And Chelsea just don't look like it, to be honest. I won't lie to you. Kopama won't be in for that fixture. They don't have a defense. Tosin is injured. He might be back by then, but he's looking out of that fixture. Chalobah is suspended. Who plays in central defense for Chelsea? Maybe Caicedo. I don't know. Okay. Or maybe they might play Sanchez.
Okay. I've heard you.
Another red card.
So who will win the match?
Liverpool. I'll go with Liverpool.
I want you to give me scores. Don't talk.
Okay.
There are two tough matches in Germany.
Mm-hmm.
Borussia Dortmund versus RB Leipzig and Eintracht Frankfurt versus Bayern Munich.
I always back Bayern to win. Bayern to win with goals. And then Eintracht Frankfurt versus... Leipzig versus Borussia Dortmund. Both teams to score, but Dortmund to win.
There's a match on Sunday I want to talk about before we leave.
Yeah.
And I like the way that particular team plays. They have run two teams rugged at their stadium. They did it to Chelsea and they beat United. City is going to Brentford as the last match on Sunday, where the whole world will sit down and watch what will happen.
We didn't talk about Newcastle Forest or that one, because both managers now they are needing things. But of course, City versus Brentford at the GTEC. The GTEC, like you said, is a fortress for Brentford. Even when they are not on form, they rarely drop points. They rarely lose games there. City are on form. And to be honest, Brentford are not that impressive. They just played against big teams that were vulnerable. Man City are also vulnerable, but they are not as vulnerable as the others. So I'll still back them to get 3 points. But there'll be goals. They'll definitely concede against Brentford.
But it will not be an easy stroll.
No, it wouldn't be a walk in the park. Of course not. Not if Igor Thiago has anything to say about it. I don't like that. What's going on, sir?
I look at Brentford win or draw in that match.
Well, it's not impossible, like I said. But I'll still back Man City to get the results. Haaland is informed, so you can't discount
There's a difficult match in Spain for Barcelona. They're playing Seville away from home.
Yeah.
Do you think Barcelona can continue their winning form?
I think the only team that can stop Barcelona is Barcelona.
As if they don't turn up.
Yes.
Okay,
so
good.
if they show up like they have been showing up, they'll get the points. They are looking very resilient, even when they suffer setbacks. So I'll back them to get 3 points.
Then there's a good news. I think there's not a good news. Maybe it came too late.
Yeah.
South Africa have been docked 3 points and 3 goals.
Well, like I've always said in this qualification series, I don't believe Nigeria will go to the World Cup. I don't believe it. I'm sorry, guys. I know you'll be disappointed. It's not about patriotism, it's about realism. Nigeria just don't, the Super Eagles don't look like they can take care of their business.
They can finish second as the way the group is. If they have to beat Benin in one of those matches.
Why are we leaving our destiny in if?
Because right now
we were saying if before the last international break they went to do anyhow.
See, we are Nigerians.
Yeah. I
know at times our approach to things can be very, very terrible.
Cavalier. That's the word, cavalier.
When I was speaking phonetics last week, you told me I was speaking phonetics.
Yes, no, this one is the truth.
Even the way you said it,
cavalier. Is the cavalier just expressing
Nigeria needs to win 2 matches to finish second, and one of those matches against our direct competitor, which is
for
Benin.
Second place. Yeah.
If we can beat Benin, and I heard again that one of the African teams that is supposed to finish as the best runner-up, they're taking 3 points away from them too.
So now, Sabubu, this is why I still feel Nigeria will fall short. We still have to play the playoffs continentally. Before we go for intercontinental playoffs.
It is good. It will help our...
Sir,
Renz, please end the show.
Forget this thing. They know they go anywhere. Guys, we will go right now. But please, make sure you are following Fantactics Podcast. If you are watching this video, follow us. And make I tell you one thing. Football is a game where anything can happen at any time. If we come back by this time next week, they don't sack Amorim. But that's just me saying. I'm also saying that we can come back next week and your team is on top of the world. Just stay positive. And when the setbacks come or when the wins come, you take it as it goes. Until I'm back in the studio with my man, Sabubu Ekun, y'all stay blessed.